Well, y'all. Oh, there we go. There we go. Which hand? Which hand? Well, let us know if you can see us and hear us. That would be let's see, make sure it should be on.
I think we're on. Hello.
Oh, hello, hello. Let's see. Oh, we got Sandra. Okay, sorry, I got to keep looking at this to remind myself. And Judy. Oh, and Greg and Tanya. Hello, hello. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Whew. All right. So, still waiting on the not the big breaking news here, but still waiting on the part to come in from the e-bike company to be able to hook the handlebar assembly on. So that no e-bike yet, but hopefully this coming week, maybe it'll come in. They're supposed to send a note about the when they got the tracking number, and I haven't received that yet. So not boding super good about making sure that everything's up and running, but you know, it is what it is. So hello to everybody. Let's see. Hello, Robin. Hello, Rob. Oh, Robin Tilton. Okay, I'm glad you're able to join. Let's see. Daisy May. Oh, Cajun Bernadette. Hello, hello.
Annette.
And Susan. All right. Well, thanks y'all for joining. Everyone's doing well, and it's going okay in the U.S. I just look like some really bad snowstorms and that going through. So
yeah, we have friends in South Carolina who have snow for the first time in many years, and they're thankfully they're staying in because the forecast or the news that are coming out of Greenville, South Carolina, is that there's traffic accidents all over the city and all the highways. So
no doubt. Well, Daryl, one of these days we'll be able to get this set up so that I'll get the cat tree behind so that Miss Freya will make an appearance.
Yeah, and Richard will be sneezing the entire time.
Richard will be somewhere else in the house. So Judy says, I turned in my retirement papers this past Friday. Oh, yeah, good for you.
Hey.
Painter's coming tomorrow to ready the house for sale. France is getting closer. Good for you. Good for you. Congratulations on that. Let's see. So Andy's saying happy Imbolg St. Bridget's Day. Okay, well, happy that, y'all. And Jean-Marc, hello. So anyway, nothing new with the e-bike. Did anything interesting happen?
Absolutely nothing. It rained.
A little bit more rain type thing, but it is warming up a little bit. So we're finally getting up in the more upper 50s. So hooray! Oh, and hello, Janet. Thank you for joining in. And it looks like we were taking Judy away from. I think was it Judy away from her. Yes, Judy was going to practice her French, but watching the live stream is so much more fun. Well, appreciate that, Judy. You'll get the French eventually. But yeah, I don't know. Just trying to think if there's one thing that was really interesting.
Well, your kebab shop has a new menu.
Yes. They've updated their graphics, and they've finally introduced their Berliner there, which is Richard had that out at their shop in Sanistev, and you said that was your favorite sandwich.
It is. It is.
So, but in any case, so I've been going out there to have the Le Box, which I'm not sure why. I put a picture of it in the post, not in the live stream, but I don't know why they call it a box since it's obviously in a deep dish paper bowl. But nonetheless, lot of food, but it's very good, very good.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Jeff is very much a creature of habit. So there is one particular restaurant that he goes to very frequently. And there is one particular item on their menu that he has always. Always. They have a lot of items on their menu.
I've had other things there.
Oh,
I have.
You have not.
I have. I've had the galette. I've had the kebab.
And that's it.
the box.
Well, now you have. Anyway, I mean, for a year or 2 years that we've been here, that's all he's ever eaten at.
That's not
that
true.
One place.
That's not true.
So now they've changed their menu and updated the menu, and he's gone to a new item on their menu. So now I'm sure that they've had to change their entire inventory system to accommodate his new choice.
That is not true.
They probably have food rotting in their warehouse.
Yeah, they're like, but you always order the kebab. but then the box is essentially just a deconstructed kebab, just without the pita bread. So
and vegetables.
No, it has vegetables.
I know, but yeah, the other one didn't.
No, it didn't. No. I did it sans salade and sans legume. Well, it just takes up valuable space. I could be eating something else other than that. So, but no, it's very good. The Berliner box is very, very good. So, all right, let's see if we're catching up with anybody here. Let's see.
Jean-Marc was saying that he was
having to sell the house, but really worried about the US dollar. That is not helpful to people here in France that are getting income from the in dollars. So, it's been a hit. It's been a hit. So, and it's not normally, and we know why, but it's not normally this volatile. But man, it sure has. It has made things more expensive here just by 20%, something like that, without any prices changing here, just because of the exchange rate. So when you are coming, if you are coming, keep in mind when you're looking at budgeting things that currency exchange rate can fluctuate, especially now, and go up and down. But historically, since the current administration's been in, it's been going down. So we'll see. So Jean-Marc, yes, it's like 16% loss of the US dollar against the euro. It apparently got some support when he announced the new Federal Reserve Chair nominee. So we'll see if that holds true this week. Let's see. And Sandra, it might be a good time to bank some euros to ride the currency cycles. Yeah, it's one of those things where, it's not like it's dropping 5% a day or something like that, but it is something to really have to take into account when you come here that, you'll see the prices, and it used to be 2 years ago. You looked at something and you figured, okay, if it was €5, that's roughly $5, type thing. But now you have to add another 20% to that to say, okay, well, it's really $6, type thing. Is it making things out of the reasonable price and all that? No. But if you're kind of close on the budgets, you really have to keep your eye on those things. So just as FYI. So let's see. And again, yes, congratulations, Judy, on her retirement. That's awesome. So, hey, Kristen, I didn't see Kristen come on. Oh, there she is. Hello, Kristen and Dale, hopefully. But how are you guys doing with the bomb cyclone coming through the Carolinas? Let's see. Tanya's saying, yes, just got our French bank account set up, so we'll be able to do that. Okay, cool. Well, you guys are getting all set up for this. Oh, and we've got, let's see, that's Ellen. Bonsoir. Oh, okay, you said this is Ellen in Perpignan. Okay, good to see you all again. Happy Imbolc to all those who celebrate. Oh, we have to really look that up to see is that an Irish thing? Celtic thing? Let's see, Kristen, Dale is in and out. The bomb was a dud for us, but we did get 6 more inches of snow, about 6 inches of snow. Oh, well, that's a decent amount of snow. Oh, and Belladora, hello. Hope you're doing well. But had a chance to meet up with Robin this. Well, I guess that's true. I guess Robin's online too. Shouldn't say that. No, I had a chance to meet up with Robin, who's somebody that had been watching the videos and she came here to Perpignan to visit for a couple weeks, and then now is currently in Nice. And Robin, how do you find in Nice? And she's super, super nice. You get an opportunity to meet up with Robin. She's very, very nice. Let's see. So then Jean-Marc, Tanya, you can have a US dollar bank account at Credit Agricole in France. The bank offered to us as we selling a US house. Yeah, they're now it seems like there's several banks that have kind of US, or at least English speaking support desks, things like that. Credit Agricole is one of them. But no, we just had Valerie help us out with getting set up with Banque Populaire.
Yeah.
And they're all over. They're essentially a credit union, and they're all over France. They're just different regions. So if we when we eventually move, and if it goes to Toulouse, then we'll have to change. We'll have to switch our bank accounts up to the Banque Populaire that's in that region, Banque Populaire Occitan. So, but that's something they do behind the scenes. That's not anything. We just have to write a note to say, hey, we're moving, and I'm moving. Here's my new address, and let the new people know where we are, and they take care of it.
Right. I checked on it the other day, and you have to go into the branch where you want to move the account to, and everything has to be in writing. It's not something that you can just say, hey, I want to move my account. You have to present. You have to give them a written letter saying that you want to do this. And you have to have a proof of address of where you're currently living, and and why you want to move the account. And it's like
it's just a formality.
It's just formality. It seems it's very foreign to me. That you had to go through all these steps for it, but that's just the way it is. So
yep. So that's what we'll do, whenever it comes up. So, Robin says she likes Perpignan better. All right, fair enough. Nice is I'm sure it's a beautiful area, but just it was too expensive for us. Let's see, Cindy. Hi, Richard and Jeff from freezing New York City. I bet. I bet. Yeah, I just talked to some friends of mine in Northwest Illinois this afternoon, and it was I think the high was like 25 or something. Like, No, let's see. Daniel, let's see. Hello. What changed to make Toulouse the first choice now rather than Lyon? Primarily cost. It's more reasonable, more affordable in Toulouse. And so, and it's nice. It's a little bit further south. It's still a little bit sunnier, things like that, but it has the weather. So just we're gonna be making a trip up there later this month to just go scope out some neighborhoods, things like that.
And Daniel, we haven't decided on anything.
Right.
I mean, we're
it's just leaning towards.
Yeah, we're leaning towards Toulouse, but no decision has been made. It's we still have the whole nation to choose from. So
right. Well, some of it that we're not going to choose.
Yeah, exactly. But
Let's see, Sandra, do you all still maintain a U.S. address for domicile to taxation reasons? Well, we have the address that's in South Carolina that we use for like the U.S. bank accounts, things like that. So then if any important paperwork comes, the friends there will send the paperwork over to us type thing. So, but yeah, so I mean, that's the address we use for the U.S. tax returns, things like that. So we do have an address in the U.S. that we use. Let's see, Jean-Marc. Yes, you need to give a letter even if you're moving bank branches. Yep. Daniel, Toulouse looks lovely. Look forward to your views. Yeah, it does look great. We went up there for a day trip early last year, and it was nice. It was nice. I mean, we didn't. The reason we went up is to look at some of the brocants, and none of them were open, so that was a bit of a bust for that. But the city itself,
it was very pretty.
Let's see, Kristen. Anywhere in France is better than where we are now, but Toulouse is at the top of our radar. Yeah. The thing is that as long as it has mass transit options, and Toulouse does have 2 metro lines, they're building a third one that's supposed to be operational. I think they said by 2030. It might be 2028. Maybe it was 2028. And they're just on top of it for keeping up with doing that sort of thing. So that's what I am most interested in. Let's see. Janet, what is the cost commission of using Ibanista? I think and you'd have to go online to check them type thing, but I think what they charge is 1,500 euros. But that gets you help in finding the long-term apartment, the long-term rental, doing the lease, doing the translations, doing getting your dossier set up, and then I don't know if that includes. I don't know what else it includes. If it includes like helping you with getting a bank account, they put it in that fee, type thing. But you'd have to check with Ben and Alexandra to see what's all included in the price. But they, and that price is not, especially if you're not here, is not that bad, because it's just you're going to pay something to somebody to help you find something here. So unlike the U.S., you do pay to have somebody help you find a lease, I think. So let's see. Daisy May, can't wait to see how you like Toulouse. Will you take some? Oh, absolutely. Yes,
absolutely.
We will take videos.
Yeah.
Yep. And because we also, I found a couple of Mexican places that we also want to go check out there too, just to see if it's really, really Mexican food.
Real Mexican
food, not some of this French taco,
French Mex
BS. Yeah, French Mex. Yeah. So let's see, Jean-Marc, you might not like it when you get there. Well, true.
Yeah.
True. I mean, we like Lyon. Lyon's very nice. It's just for Lyon, we know that we would have to live out in the suburban area, more suburban area, to be able to afford it. Then, not that we want like city center or something like that, but in order for us to share a place, they would have to be somewhere further out. So, let's see, Sandra, great. I just signed up to Escapees RV in Houston to keep my Texas license and the mail forwardings. Oh, there you go.
Oh, smart.
There you go. Smart. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Let's see, Kristen, Toulouse has 2 metro lines and a tram line, as well as a skyway, which is totally cool. Yeah, I think they've got at least 2 tram lines. I know they've got a T1 and T2, and they've got the 2 metros, and they've got the C metro line that they're currently working on. So, yeah, they're doing great with, seems like, getting things cranking along with it. Now, how much of a hassle that is to get around, if you're, depending on what neighborhood you're in and all that sort of thing, I mean, we don't know yet, but we can kind of gear away from that. It just seems like they have a lot of good opportunities for nice sized places. So that's what we're looking for. Sandra, I'm using Ibanista. Okay, good for you. Good for you. That yeah, they're nice people. They're very, very nice people. And I've been on a couple of Ben's podcasts that he does. So that just super nice folks, and I'm sure that they do a great job for it. Let's see, Tanya, Mexican food. We need to get our fill in SoCal. Yeah. Yes. You'll need to make sure you get so much of it that you don't want it again, because you're not really going to likely find it. So let's see, Kristen, we may establish our address as Florida. My mom, sisters, and daughter are there just for addresses for our accounts, etc. If we do, we will likely transfer our driver's license for yes, especially if you're in a state that does not have reciprocity. You definitely want to do that. Is that the word?
No. Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. There it is. I was testing you. But let's see. Cajun Bernadette. Ooh, Mexican food. Yum. Yeah, it's not like I mean, I don't personally like crave it or miss it, but if I find somebody that has it, it's like, that'll be good. Janet, 20 degrees in New York City feels like 1.
Oh.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it's hard to complain about the cold weather we've had here when it's really not been that bad.
Yeah.
But we'll still bitch about it. Let's see. Jean-Marc, does Richard have to take the language test for the new visa, even if you're over 65 as a working type visa? No.
Excuse me?
Jean-Marc, I think you hit on a nerve. But let's see, Charlotte. Richard sits there and gasps and does his thing. I may have missed this, but do you always plan to rent, or do you have a longer term goal to buy? Right now, just rent.
Yeah, I mean, look, unless I win the lottery or something, I'm not planning on buying anything ever again in my life. I really no.
It's hard to here. It just seems so far for us anyway. It just seems hard to justify buying something when the tenancy laws are so beneficial to you as a renter that it's like I don't, you know, I don't see the benefit of owning something other than, I own something. It's just now you've got to take care of all the maintenance. You got to deal with all that stuff, and you know, so but different people have different reasons for things and all that. But at this stage of my life, I've owned many homes over the years, and I don't miss that. I don't miss that. So, but I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to be in the ghetto either. So I mean, just but again, we have the choices of where we live and all that. So,
and I mean, I never say never, I guess, but I certainly have no plans on buying a place. I like being able to pack up and leave if I want to, and that's, I mean, if you knew me better, you would know that that's very different from how I've always lived my life. I've always wanted to own my own place. And once I made the decision to leave the United States, it was like, I'm very happy being kind of nomadic.
Right.
So,
and as Robin pointed out to me this week when we met up for lunch, was that, we're not trees. So you can, we're free to move about type thing. And it's very true. So, but again, if you have, if you come over here, you're younger, you have kids, you have whatever type thing, that's a different, a different thing. But even at that, renting can make a lot of sense. Again, since you also have the ability to just kind of get out of the lease. So if you don't like the place, you can leave it, find another place and move to another place. I mean, there's always expenses associated with all that. But at least if I bought something, I don't know who my neighbors are right away, things like that. And then I'm kind of stuck, so anyway, let's see. Kristen, definitely good opportunities. And it looks like the public transport lines are pretty close, even in neighborhoods outside the center. Yeah, they do have very good, networks, but Leon does too. Leon does too. Cajun Bernadette, we dropped to -12 last week.
Oh,
it looks like it's warming up this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, and then no, Superman does not age.
That's right. That's right. In my head, at least, every once in a while I get out of the shower and catch myself in the mirror. It's like, how did my grandfather get here?
Like, what the who are you? So let's see. And Jean-Marc has to agree about the Superman smile, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Christian, it's been cold here too. Not that cold, but tomorrow we'll be back up to 40. And next day might almost reach 50. Wow, good for you guys. Oh, and you're welcome, Charlotte. I hope that helps. I know that there are people that just like want to buy something sight unseen, and that's what they're going to do. And it's a totally different mindset here with rentals. So, if you can, do the rental route first and give that a try. That just gives you more freedom. And like Daniel says, renting equals freedom. So it's not like in the U.S. where you pay the deposit and you're stuck in that lease. And if you break the lease, you could be months of rent that you have to pay, the penalties that you lose the security deposit. Here, it's historically it can change depending on the lease that you have and all that. But if it's a furnished property, you can get out with 30 days notice, and if it's unfurnished, it's 90 days. But in cities like Toulouse, apparently, that have a more of a housing crisis of availability, people with even unfurnished units can give 30 days notice. And so, so it's a lot of freedom for being able to find where you want to be. I think.
As a renter, but landlords can't just break the lease.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the renter can break the lease, but the landlords cannot. So
right. And they're capped by how much they can raise the rent. Things like that. So there's a lot of, and that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult for a lot of people, especially immigrants coming here, is to find rentals, is because they are so geared toward the rental rights type thing that it's a lot of risk for the landlords. So, Cajun Bernadette, woohoo for warm weather. Yeah. Let's see. Annie, I totally agree about renting. It gives you a lot of freedom and choice. Yeah. Now, if you find some place where it's like, this speaks to me, I'm making a bunch of friends, I'm connecting with the community, blah, 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 and you want to buy something, then, you get an opportunity to get around, see what things look like, then buy something. But, it's not like in the US where it's like, if I don't buy this, these people will sell it from under me. They'll do this, they'll do that. And it's like, that can still happen here. But they have to give you warning about it. So let's see. Daisy May, I think a rental in Toulouse must have AC, right? They don't have to. We will want that. And even if we find something, wherever, if it's Toulouse or Lyon, if we find something that we really, really like and it's very affordable, we can always look to see about talking to the landlord about adding air conditioning to a couple of the rooms. So it's not, we're not going to rule it out if it doesn't have air conditioning. We'll just need to make sure that they will allow the air conditioning to be added to it. So we'll see.
Yeah, when we first moved here, the apartment that we had did not have air conditioning.
Right.
Now, we were very fortunate in that we were on the top floor. Not fortunate because of the climb, but fortunate that we were on the top floor, and we had a great cross breeze throughout the entire apartment. So that made it really nice. But we did invest in. You got a small air conditioner.
I got a small unit over at Leroy Merlin, or however they pronounce it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't super effective. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't that great, but it did provide some cooler air when it was super hot out at night, type thing. I could have it on me. But it was one of those things where you kind of freeze a couple of, like water packs, and then you put them in the back, and it's like a big humidifier. And then it just brings the cold water up into the filter and blows the air out. So it's not rocket science as to how it worked, but it wasn't super effective to me. It wasn't like it was like, oh my God, this is really cold, but it kind of worked. But definitely having the air conditioning was better than that. So let's see, Kristen. Yeah, Lyon definitely has great public transportation too. I think both are good in that regard. Yeah. And we didn't really do any public transportation in Toulouse when we were there.
No, because we rented a car. You had to go up there. Yeah.
So we had to find a parking spot. so that was a bit of a challenge. But yeah. So we didn't. That's one thing we didn't try anything out in Toulouse. We ate at a cafe. None of the restaurants were open that we were targeting, and then we had the best lunch, the best meal we ever had.
Yeah,
just outside of Toulouse. In some village. I'd have to look it up. I'm sure we talked about this.
I hope to find it again.
But yeah, definitely would go back to it. Let's see, Jean-Marc, mosquito screens are an extra. Yeah. And so, but they sell all supplies at the DIY shops. So yeah, but screens are definitely not common or even uncommon. They seem to be very rare here.
Right.
Oh, and Patricia, hello. Sorry to be late. No, glad you could join. And if everybody who's on can get a chance to hit that like button, that would be awfully appreciated. Let's see, Sandra, do y'all have any travel plans in the next few months? Spring break? God, no spring break.
Spring break.
Yeah. Let's go to Ibiza.
Yeah, going to Fort Lauderdale.
No. Right now it'll be focusing on getting the visa status change started for him, my renewal, and then we'll take a trip up to Toulouse to go check it out. So, but right now the focus is just on finding out where are we moving. So that's going to be our trips that we're going to be doing. Let's see, Annie, renting and buying property in Ireland has become extremely difficult. There's nothing. Yeah, that's certainly read about that. A lot of young people are leaving once again to find better opportunities. Yeah, just Ireland. Well, and you too, to some extent, but Ireland just seems very expensive. And it doesn't matter, it seems like where you are. It doesn't matter if you're country or if you're urban. Cajun Bernadette, aging, you're not getting old, you're becoming a classic. How do I do this? Make sure I got to get my hand the right way here. Type thing. will say at least vintage.
uh,
I don't know about classic. Let's see. And if any of you want to buy a crumbling cottage in the west of Ireland,
you sell it, man.
Yeah, you really, that marketing, Annie, you are on it.
You work for Madison Avenue.
Yeah. Let's see, Jean-Marc, can you paint the walls in your rental property if you wanted to? I don't know if that's really a question or if it's a statement, but you have to ask the landlord. But like the landlord here didn't mind if we would paint. I mean, they'd want to know what we were doing, but he didn't even at that point, because I think most of the paint in here is a builder grade sort of paint, so it's not particularly good. But and it needs to be. It really could use a paint. It could use some good painting, but that'll be for somebody else to do. But yeah, if you talk to your landlord about it, I'm sure most of the time they'll let you do it as long as you agree to take it back to what it was when you go to move out. Patricia, we will probably buy if you know where you want to live and sold the house to move. It's nice not to have a rental payment. It frees up income. I wouldn't do it if I didn't know the country and what to expect. Oh, absolutely, Patricia. That's very true. But yeah, right now it's just a matter of just kind of keeping the powder dry and just see what happens over time.
And you know what? Listen, if I get someplace, let's say that we moved to Toulouse, and I end up really liking it, and decide, this is where I want to spend the rest of my life. I mean, who's to say? I might end up buying something there. But right now, I don't know where I want to live the rest of my life, and even I mean, I don't know. So the need to like put down roots, I just don't have that right now. So
right, me either. So and that, because even if we decided that it was like, okay, we've moved to Toulouse or wherever type thing, we're still sharing a property, and then we decide maybe in another year or two that it's like, okay, now we got our feet wet. Now we know what's kind of going on. Things are maybe better with the language, etc. Then we could at least maybe look to rent something separate out, and but still somewhat nearby. I mean, it's not like I don't know that Richard's going to want to go running off to Biarritz or something like that. But you never know. But yeah. So I just don't have the strong desire to own a property here like I did in the U.S. So. Let's see. Yes, Patricia, 67 watching and 34 likes. Smash the like button. Yep, we're up to 37. Yes, in case the crumbling cottage remarks. Yes. Oh, Bernard, bonjour. Bonjour, bonsoir. But I hope you're doing well. But no. So anyway, gosh, what else did I forget then this week? If I forgot about the lunch with Robin, what else did I forget? Anyway, let's see. Jean-Marc, would you join any club or societies in Toulouse? Yeah.
Well, I hope so. I mean, that would be very nice. Well, I can't. Jeff more so than me, but we were both when we lived in Austin, we were both very active in different professional organizations. Jeff was on the board of a couple of organizations in Austin, in Atlanta too, or just in Austin.
No, just in Austin.
Just in Austin.
And the chambers, primarily the chambers.
Yeah,
the Hispanic chamber, and Black chamber.
Yeah. So, which
I know I meet both of those requirements, but
and that was great. It was really a great way to meet people and meet friends and things like that. Now, of course, we don't really have a reason to join business chambers now, but
maybe,
but I'm sure that we could find something to something to do.
Well, there's all kinds of. I mean, they'd be more likely hobby related than they would be necessarily business related. But yeah, once you get your business going, I mean, there's still an opportunity to do some business. It's just that it becomes more of an issue with the language. So for the business ones, for the hobby ones and all that, chances are you can find some that are English speaking, or can help. But that'll also help with the French. So I mean, if it turns out they speak French, then I'm not against going in and just kind of jumping in feet first with it. So
but I'm look. I mean, as much as I joke around about not being of an age, I mean, I am in my 60s, and it's difficult. It's difficult to make friends once you reach a certain age, because even in the United States, it was people had already their friends, and when you're new to a city, it was hard to meet or to break into social circles and things like that if you weren't involved in a business organization and things like that. So, and certainly here in a foreign country, I find it to be pretty difficult to do that. I don't go to bars.
But the expat groups.
The expat groups. I mean, that
if we did more of that here, then you'd probably be able to meet some more people.
But still, they're always in bars, and people drink a lot, and I don't. It's. I mean, I'm not saying poor me or anything like that, but it's it's just kind of difficult to make friends when you're kind of isolated a little bit. I mean.
Well, we're somewhat isolated because of the location of the house type thing. But it's not like we're completely isolated.
No, right.
But we'll make more of an effort of it when we get someplace else that has other options.
And I'm not saying that I'm lonely. I'm not saying that at all. But it's it can be.
Well, the answer is yes. We will be looking at the different societies and things like that to join, but they'll most likely be related to whatever hobbies or interests kind of strike at that point.
Right.
So let's see here. Oh, and Bernard, glad you're doing great. Glad of that. Let's see, Kristen, we intend to join groups that share our interests. For example, we love to play board games, so we might look for game meetups and groups to practice language skills and others. Yeah, I like some board games type thing. So I would do probably the same thing, is just look for those types of groups too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Bernard, I'm already looking to meet other English speakers. Yeah, and certainly in the cities, that's probably fairly easy to do. Rural might be a little bit more of a challenge, but like the Dordogne and all that sort of thing seems to have a lot of Brits there. So let's see, Daisy May, is flooding a concern in Toulouse with all this rain? I don't know about Toulouse. We know that they had some flooding issues. It looked like in Montpellier, didn't they?
Well, we had flooding here.
We had flooding here.
Yeah. That was last week.
Yeah, but it's well, of course, everything's an anomaly now until the climate crisis and all that. But I'm sure they do. I'm sure they did have some flooding up there. Let's see. Ellen said, "What hobbies do y'all enjoy?" Well, that's the thing. Is like we're going to be working on developing those when we get up there. So because there's no point in trying to find something out now, because we're planning on moving within the next few months. So I want to try to buy things and then start to do something, and then have to pack it all up and pay to ship, pay to get it up to wherever we're going type thing. So for me, it just makes more practical sense to wait until we get somewhere.
Yeah.
And establish relationships with local businesses and whatever we're doing.
Right.
So.
Right. I mean, Ellen, like in Atlanta, I took cooking classes there, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed doing that. And although there weren't always the same people in the classes, there was enough overlaps that I got to be friendly with some people that were in them, and that was fun. I really enjoyed doing that. So,
and there's bound to be something like that in
yeah,
in wherever type thing.
Oh.
So hello, Lainey, thanks you for joining us. Let's see, Cajun Bernadette. My spring break would be early bird specials and trying to find my car in the parking lot. There's that. Oh, and that's another thing, I guess, not that this is really exciting. This might be kind of telling us how exciting the week has been. But I did, and I told Richard this, is that when I was going over to have my right down the street, right past me, there was a white Nissan Cube that drove right past. I thought, oh my God, that's Richard's clown car. That I hadn't seen one of those yet here, type thing. But it's like, oh my God, I bet they've got 8 people in there.
Yeah, exactly, and a sofa.
And a sofa, yeah. It's like what the? Let's see, Jean-Marc, are we allowed to a hint what the business will be? Not yet. We're still working that. We're still fleshing all that out. We'll give everybody a heads up when things kind of move along, but we just want to make it through the process.
It does have something to do with my OnlyFans site, so I'll just give you.
Oh, look at the count dropping here. I like that. Wow, look at that. Wow. The thumbs down just skyrocketed. Yeah. Let's see, Bernard, have you considered Montpellier? Yeah, Montpellier looks like a beautiful city type thing, but it just was well, for me, it's too sunny. It'd be like living in Perpignan, but just more expensive. And I just that's not for me, type thing. So
yeah, when we were first talking about moving to France, Montpellier was very top of the list, and we didn't end up moving there, obviously, but we've been there a couple of times. It's beautiful, I think.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is.
But can be pretty expensive, and because of the universities, the rent is pretty expensive, just because they can get it.
Yeah, it really would probably for us would have to make it more of getting a car type thing, because it's not. I don't think they don't have while they have a nice setup for trams and things like that. It's just, I think for us to find something affordable would mean that we would have to be out in a suburb that probably wouldn't be all that well served by maybe a bus. And I just don't want to be strapped to a bus again with just, that's what we have here now. And that's just not pleasant. So,
and buses are fine if they run more frequently.
Right. And later type thing. So, so anyway, yes, we did consider Montpellier, but it's not kind of on the target right now type thing. Let's see, Daisy May. I bet you'll feel less isolated in your next destination, maybe Toulouse. Yeah, and it's not. I mean, we certainly have made friends here.
Yeah.
It's just that it's tougher to. If we were living city center, it'd be a lot easier to do things, because then you're not worried about, okay, well, the bus stops at 7:30, or I'm going to walk for 45 minutes, or it's raining, or it's cold out, or it's a whatever type thing, or take an Uber, and it's like. So there are options. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like this is out in the middle of absolute nowhere. It's just that they're not options I want to deal with. So,
and we're lazy,
and cheap. So,
and cheap.
We'll probably put cheap over lazy type thing. So, Christian, Richard, if we all end up at Toulouse, we could form a foodie meetup. Jeff can come along and order a burger or something.
Yeah. He'll order a kebab.
A kebab. Yeah. I never had kebabs until I got to France, and then it's like, oh my God, I can't get enough of these things.
Exactly.
Let's see, Annie. I love my old stone cottage, but the winters here can be brutal. I bet they can. Have always loved French language and culture, and have been wondering about relocating. Hence why this channel appeals. Okay, cool. I know it's not the witty repartee, things like that. So, but no, I just, like I said, I've always, I love the idea of Ireland or Scotland, and England at some point, at some level, but really Scotland was more of a draw for me, but it's just so expensive. I just, I could put up with the horrible weather, the kind of gloomy winters and the days and things like that, but not for what they want to charge for rentals. Let's see, Jean-Marc, you can come clubbing with us, Jeff and Richard. Bring some earplugs. We was at the club until 5 a.m.
Yikes.
Child, I'd never been. I mean, even when I was in my 20s, well, I was probably working. So that, he probably clubbed. But that wasn't me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay, boomer. Let's see, Ellen, there's an English bookstore here in Perpignan that has an international meetup every week. It's a lovely group. I've also thought about plugging into associations. The Cat Rescue Org is on my own.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah. And that, I think that's the bookstore that Baguette Bound, Raina, I think, did an interview with the owner of that. So, yeah, it looked very cool. Let's see, Bernard, I speak enough French to be independent, but not well enough to make close ties among the actual French.
Mm.
Yeah, but if you speak some French, like I said, so far, I mean, it's going to be different areas of the country and all that. Just with, my maybe A1, low A2 level of French, people have been very helpful, very kind, all that sort of thing. So, let's see. Cajun Bernadette sounds like a great plan for a foodie meetup. Yeah, I'd give it a try, unless you guys go to either a vegetarian place or a place that only serves pate.
Gross. Ooh, gross.
Oh, I don't say it that way. Jesus. Let's see, Christian. Back in the 1800s, the Garonne River flooded and a couple of hundred people died. They've raised the bank since then, but still get an occasional flooded area. Wow. Harbinger of great news here. That who's that character that Rachel Dratch played on Saturday Night Live? Debbie Downer. It's like, that's our Kristen. Let's see, Linda, I've managed to catch you both this week. Hello from York. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Glad to see you're both looking well. Well, glad you could join us, Linda. When's your next trip? I mean, are you coming down to the Perpignan area again this year? Let's see, Rosalie, bon après-midi, just in from moving 18 inches of snow off of one of my vehicles.
Oh my gosh.
Now there's a deeper pile next door and behind. Oh my God, yeah. Ugh. Let's see, Bernard, ChatGPT insists we'd be happy there. Let's see, Bernard, well, I believe they use a lot of trams. And they do. There's at least a couple of lines there. And they run very frequently. So
Montpellier?
Yeah. And that was the same way in Lyon, was that I think that was what astonished me the most, was it was so refreshing to see mass transit that either it was the metro or the tram that showed up like in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And it's like, oh my God, it's not an hour. Oh my God, look at this. Let's see. Patricia, Uber is really expensive in France. Yeah, I haven't tried it just because, again, it's a whole language thing, which I know they just go by the address. But, it's like, I don't really want to spend the money on it. Cajun Bernadette, the Cat Rescue Org would be great to work. Excuse me, it's great to work with. Ellen, yes. Bookies. Okay, I don't know what that is, but let's see. Kristen, oh yeah, so she said, yes, Ellen, I saw a Baguette Bound interview the English bookstore owner. Yes, it does look like a great place. Daisy May, I definitely joined the foodie meetup. Oh, look at this, Richard. You're going to have a bunch of people for this.
And you can come too.
Yeah, I may not. I may go to a non-foodie group. We may just I may find a kebab group or a pizza group. Maybe we find a good pizza place. Let's see, Judy, regarding joining groups and meeting people, I would imagine there's a huge learning curve in acclimating to the area, the culture, the vibe, and getting comfortable with the new surround. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But don't let that be a barrier to you to start joining things. Because again, you can always just not go. I mean, let's see. Cajun Bernard, only my cats love pate. I'm not even sure Freya would like pate, but just that. Let's see, Kristen, whatever. I'm an optimist most of the time. I was just answering Daisy's question. Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you. Let's see. Patricia, did you know that Toulouse is called La Via Rose? Yes. Yeah, no, what we saw was beautiful of it. It's just we didn't see much of it. And, we weren't there long enough. We saw a lot of it driving around trying to find a parking spot. But But no, like I said, it looked like a really pretty city. At least in the old. We were in the old part. Let's see, Linda. I'll be landing in Perpignan mid-April this year. I'm hoping it'll be slightly cooler than May, June last year. Okay, good for you. Good for you. Rebecca, hi guys, just joining now. Better late than never. Absolutely. Thank you, Rebecca, for joining in. And again, if we can just get kind of look at it, who's on the video here, if you can hit the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's see. Kristen, we should form a karaoke meetup. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Here's a hard no. No. You may as well tell me it's slam poetry or something like that. It's like no.
Or improvisation.
Oh, improvisation. Oh my God, no. Cut this way. No. I just
but she says you could be in the audience.
Let's see, who's this?
Kristen.
Oh, Kristen. I mean, you could be in the audience. Oh, no, you do not want me in the audience we don't need to relive.
He'd be in the audience going, boo, boo,
you suck. Yeah. No. Jeff could be doing a lot of other things that Jeff would rather be doing.
Oh, yeah, you would want him doing a lot of other things. No. Jeff is a horrible audience member. Horrible.
You're horrible. If I like it.
But you don't like anything.
Where's the lie? But,
oh, no.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Angel, how are you guys handling the fluctuating dollar to euro conversion rate? Is it impacting you at all? Oh, yeah. No, it does impact. It's the silent killer of pricing type thing. So yeah, it's we have to monitor it type thing. I mean, it's not keeping us from being like, oh my God, I can't pay the rent, but we don't pay that much. So, but it still is a real hit. So it just you just have to keep that in mind if you're coming to Europe, that wherever it is in Europe, or wherever you go that's outside the U.S. dollar. That you're going to have to take into account the exchange rate, and certain policies have certain negative impacts that happen rather rapidly on the exchange rate. So keep that in mind if you're looking to make a move. That things might look cheap, and they're still inexpensive comparatively, but it's like I said before, we're paying probably 20% more than what we were paying when we first moved here in 2024. But the prices haven't changed. It's the exchange rate's gone wonky type thing. So let's see. Annie, no time to lose. Let's see, Kristen, you'd be a heckler. Yeah, I'd be a very good heckler. Very good heckler. Let's see. Cajun, may need to reload. The comments aren't showing up anymore. Okay, can people see the comments? I guess we'll just see if anybody else is having trouble, because I see comments rolling up, but I don't know if
there's a delay or not.
Let's see. Rosalie, bon après-midi, bonsoir. Let's see. Jean-Marc, the cathedral in Toulouse was nice when I went there 18 months ago. They have an Irish pub.
There's an Irish pub in the cathedral?
Well, that's interesting. Let's see here. Let's see, Jen. Hi, guys. I'm still in Australia, but planning to be in Europe in April. I'm interested in your insights on cities in France for lifestyle and affordability. So thanks again. Yeah, we'll certainly report on that as we're going through. But
it's an Irish pub inside the cathedral.
Irish pub inside the cathedral. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Close to it, like 70 yards away. Okay. Let's see, Bernard. I plan on staying in Toulouse and Montpellier this April. Okay, good for you. And
Bernard, honestly, Montpellier, I mean, the short amount of time that we've spent there, it's really, I think, very pretty. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just when we started looking at affordability, it was just getting to be out of our price, out of our comfort zone for price. So,
right. I mean, could we live there? Yes. Yes, we could live there, but we would have to be kind of far away from city center, like Bezier or something like that. Let's see. Cajun Burn, I'm back and looks like it's working. Okay, good.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so people saying they see the comments. Okay. Let's see. Lindy, my wallet was stolen from backpack in Paris on the train. It was tamper-proof. How could this happen? It ruined my trip. Won't go back to Paris.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. Oh, no. Let's see. Angel, oh, yeah, that exchange rate is definitely impacting the eating out fund. Yes. Lucky you've got a chef in the house. Where do I have a chef in the house? Oh, him. Okay. Yes, I can spend hours in the grocery stores over there. Yes. No, I'm very fortunate that Richard likes to cook. So, no doubt about that.
Yes, he's very fortunate.
Yeah. I have to keep reminding myself of that. So, oh, Maya, hello. Thank you for joining in. Well, I don't know if anybody, but yes, if people are asking about like places around the country and that they're and look at that look, yes, yeah, very familiar with that look, yeah. But no, check out like Susie's. Well, her name's Susie, but it's Fired Up in France. She's been doing more city tours of cities around Dijon and that sort of thing, and she does a really nice job of putting those together.
Really nice job, yeah.
And but yeah, when we go to visit places, we'll definitely be doing videos of them. I don't know that I would be doing like affordability and things like that, but I would show you what we saw, type thing. So, but maybe put in some extra work to see what kind of the average rents are and things of that sort. But we'll piece that together. So let's see. Cajun Brennan, hey, your Florence Nightingale makes great tonics. Oh, well, yeah, Nurse Ratchet, I think is what you meant to say, not Florence Nightingale. But, has anybody tried that, his restorative tonic? What was it?
Yeah.
Restorative tonic, is that what it's called? I think I called it a druidic concoction. Yeah, whatever.
You don't have a cold anymore.
Oh, okay.
There's that.
Science. There we go. Let's see. Chef in the house. That's funny. Oh, Jean-Marc's jumping on that nerve again, Richard. I don't know. Let's see. Bernard, I'm intimidated by the heat. Oh, Bernard, it depends on where you live and where you currently live as to what the heat would be like. But I mean, people, there are people that I've talked to, further north in France that, you say, oh, I live in Perpignan, or I live, kind of by, if they don't know where that is, then to say south of Montpellier, because people will tend to know where Montpellier is. And they'll almost always go on about how hot it is. Oh, I couldn't do that because it's too hot in the south of France, et cetera. And it's like, and it does get hot here. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's, oh my gosh, it's 70 degrees all the time, but it's not that bad. It's not, to me, but of course I lived in Austin for a number of years. So exactly. That's like living in an oven. So I don't, my perspective is a little different. And plus I'm not working outside. So, it's a little different, but yeah, it does get hot here. That there's no doubt about it, but it only maybe a couple of months. Now this last year we had the canicules, the heat waves come in starting in June. I think it was May or June. And we had some hot times there that lasted for a few weeks. But again, Austin, it was 9 months out of the year is hot. So
yeah.
But
Now before we arrived, what year did we get here?
2024.
2024. They apparently Perpignan had gone through almost like 2 years of drought.
Yeah.
And everyone was saying, I mean, people that had lived here during that time said that it had been very, very hot and very dry for a really, really long time. And it was clear that when we first arrived, that it had been a drought. I mean, everything was very brown. However, apparently when I arrived, I brought rain, because the very next day after I arrived, it started raining and didn't stop for 2.5 weeks. And
It rained a lot.
It rained a lot. And Valerie, our realtor, was like, "Oh, you're our good luck charm. You brought rain from America." And it constantly. And I didn't have an umbrella, and Jeff wasn't here yet, and I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where the grocery store was. I didn't know anything, and I was stuck in the apartment, and I had stopped at a little corner store and bought like a rotisserie chicken and some yogurt and some cereal, and that's all I ate, and for a week. It was just horrible because I couldn't get out. I couldn't go exploring because I didn't know where anything was, and it was pouring. We broke the drought. It's
and so this year has been very well.
Yeah, Valerie still gives us credit for breaking the drought. So
no payments though.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving us any cash.
Yeah,
type thing, which has been nice. But yeah. Yep. Let's see. Christian, oops. For real, it's a good thing I know cooking too. We're hoping to work in France, whether for a company or self-employed, so we'll make euros, but the exchange rate sucks for real. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Oh, and Maria, hello from Miami. Late to the chat, but glad to join in. It's freezing in Miami today. Oh, I bet. It looked like that it was really going way south. But hopefully you can stay warm. Let's see. Heather, just curious for context, what is your target for monthly cost of living if you're comfortable sharing? Well, it does vary. I mean, we're hoping to keep the rent probably around $1,200 again for a shared place. And it's not a tiny place. We want our separate, spaces type thing. So like the place we're in now, it's 1,200 euros a month. It's a row house, has a 1-car garage, which is where the washing machine is located. So it's got great storage. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, with full bath, with the water closets, the WCs, and but it's got a tiny kitchen, kind of a tiny dining area type thing. But it's fine, But it's a nice size for the two of us. That I can be up in my office doing my thing. Richard can be down here doing his thing, and not in each other's hair. So we're not looking for like this, like a 2-bedroom apartment to share. It's, and we have a decent budget. It's not like it's a tiny budget, but, trying to find something that works for 2 people, and especially trying to find a place that has 2 separate bathrooms is the hardest part type thing. So, but yeah, we'll get there. Let's see. Deborah, hi. How many days do you need to explore a city on a scouting trip? Well, I mean, everybody's different. We went up to Lyon. We were there for 4 days, and we did a day trip up to Dijon, which Dijon was very pretty too.
Yeah.
And Susie was very kind to take us around and walk us around and show us the town. But that's plenty. I mean, to me, it's just a couple of days just to get used to the. I was more interested in finding out what the metro system and the tram system were like, type thing. And if I was happy with that, I'm sure we can find a place to live.
And we also do a lot of watch a lot of videos on YouTube about the different places, the different cities, because honestly, we get a lot of information about the cities from that. Just like, that's an area that I want to explore. That looks like an area that I would want to live in. That kind of thing. And normally those videos they're giving you insights about the nicer areas of the city, which is where I'd want to live anyway. So, yeah.
And again, just really depends that, I was doing some research on Toulouse and, what was available for larger apartments in newer buildings. And it came up with this, what's it? La Cartoucherie, something like La Cartoucherie, because apparently it's an eco community that was built on a former munitions depot up there. I'm sure it was decommissioned, decades ago. But
Hopefully.
yeah. But in any case, it was in the people were just raving about the hall that was there, and the buildings that were around, and all the kind of the communal spaces, and the access to trams, and to the the bike paths and all this sort of thing. And I thought, oh, that's cool, that's cool. And then just kind of started zooming out of the Google Maps from that area, and it's very much inside of the city. And so started zooming out, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is right in the flight path, because you see the runway positionings on the Google map, and it's like, this is right in the flight path. So then I started looking up, like, what's the flight path, what's the flight noise? It's like, oh, it's horrible here in La Couture. It's like but they've got specialized windows they put on the units so when the windows are closed, you don't really notice the I'm like, that plane cannot be much higher than my balcony type thing. It's like coming in at that, because you're like less than a mile away from the landing strip. It's like, I don't think that that's going to be a place that I want to live. That section of the city. So that's what you have to be kind of careful of. If you don't care, then you don't care, and that's not a big deal. But I just want to be out on the balcony and be able to enjoy it without having to be like yelling every couple of times when a plane flies over. So, but we'll see. Let's see. So Bernard says, I'm going to Southern France for 90 days. I still don't know how much time is necessary for a scouting trip. I hope 90 days.
90 days, my gosh.
Yeah, that should give you a great idea as to whether or not Montpellier is right for you. And you've got plenty of time to do side trips to other cities that are nearby, things like that. So, 90 days will give you plenty of time to see if that's going to be a vibe for you to work. Oh, and you're in New York City, and it's currently freezing. Yeah. So you may find it to be more oppressively hot type thing, but it really only lasts for, a couple of months.
And Bernard, listen, if you have spent any summers at all in New York, summers here are going to be a breeze for you. So yeah.
It's a different heat, and it is a little bit drier here too. So it's not as humid.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like these other folks are saying, it sounds like a wonderful stretch of time for some good scouting. Yeah. Let's see. I suspect you're more tolerant of the heat than my husband is. Oh, well, it just that all depends. So, I've had people when I moved to Atlanta from Chicago that were just going on about, oh my God, how are you going to put up with all that heat and humidity? And it's like, have you been to Chicago for the summer? It's like, that is unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. Let's see. Ellen, the heat in Austin is awful. 2 years ago, we had 28 days over 105. Oh, I'm surprised it was only 28. The year before, 70 days. Yeah, there you go. Almost always an extreme drought. It was much nicer in the 80s. Could camp even in August. Oh, well, yeah, and look, I didn't work outside. Well, I guess I did kind of work. I was a real estate broker. But it just seemed like every time you went outside, it was like 90 plus degrees. It's like, holy cow.
Always just oppressive.
Let's see. Jeanette, so nice. Susie from Fired Up in France is so impressive with the content. Yeah, she absolutely is. She spends a lot of time on her videos.
Yeah.
And it shows. Let's see. Angela, during these super hot months, would you consider moving inland more where it's cooler, like to say Po at the base of the Pyrenees? Gorgeous area, lots to do, and thriving English-speaking community. I don't know that I would consider moving. I would go visit, but because I have Freya, I don't feel like I can go away for a couple of months somewhere else and then come back, and plus the expense and all that sort of thing. So, but yeah, I would go visit. I would just rather just pay to put the air conditioning in if I don't have the air conditioning, and just deal with it that way. But yeah, no, I want to go visit Po. I want to go visit some of these other places and that, because they do seem like they're beautiful areas. And Bernard saying, I've heard nice things about Po. Yeah, it looks like a pretty area. It's small, so it would be too small for me, but still be nice to go visit. Oops. Let's see. Judy, Sue, the Texpat, does detailed monthly budget. She's very good at slaying the French bureaucracy too. Yeah, no, Sue's another one to definitely go look at, the French Texpat. She does, and she's very frank about her budgets and all that sort of thing, what she spends. Let's see, Rosalie, go visit Chateau Lalande group. It's somewhere in France. Yeah, it's actually up by Perpignan. They're up in that region. Yeah, one of these days might do that. Let's see. So Jean-Marc again, haranguing about the English-speaking people, expats. Choose a real French area, not crowded with too many expats. Let's see, Kristen. Sue is great and pretty close to Toulouse and Albi. Yes, she is. She mentioned to me that Albi was more in her budget than Toulouse since she wanted a little yard for her dogs. Yeah. No, it's not. It looks like she's got a cute little place there too. Let's see, Bernard. We're opening a month in Nice, 2 weeks in Montpellier, 2 weeks in Toulouse, followed by Bordeaux and then Lyon. Oh, you're going to get quite a visit in. Oh, nice. Good for you guys. Yeah, Lyon's supposed to also have very hot summers. But when we were there at the end of July, and it turned out, I mean, now it could have been a weather anomaly.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was very pleasant.
Yeah, it was like 70s, type thing. But there are spurts where it does get hot, type thing. So, I don't want to make it sound like Lyon is some mecca for cool summers type thing. But while we were there for, like I said, 4 or 5 days, and it was beautiful weather the whole time. Let's see. Rose Lee, my great-grandmother is from Bordeaux. Oh, cool. Let's see. Oh, Jean-Marc, they're just going back and forth. Ellen, I want a little yard to grow hot peppers. I figured if I can get a balcony, I can do the same type thing, and I don't have to deal with that yard. Let's see. And Deborah is saying that she also lives in New York City, planning a 2027 scouting trip to visit Lyon, Toulouse, and Nice. Oh, yeah, and then Jean-Marc, you might have a lot of channel cat sitters now if everyone moves to Toulouse. Yeah, maybe so. Rosalie, Jeff and Richard, Lords in December isn't so crowded, and some hotels closed, but you can still take the healing waters. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see, Christian. Yep. I'd rather have a yard for our pets, but if not, I can grow hot peppers on chairs. Yeah, exactly. Well, all right, guys. Well, let's see. Oh, we're almost an hour and 15 minutes in. Let's see. So anyway, appreciate everybody joining us tonight. But now next week is Super Bowl, but we'll probably still do I don't know how big people are on the Super Bowl and the ones that are on the channel here, but in any case.
But Super Bowl's at night, right?
Well, yeah, 6:30, like that. So. You never know. People might start having tailgate parties or something like that.
Oh, well, they have to watch the red carpet too, right?
I think they have a red carpet for the Super Bowl. So
what?
Well, it's not the Grammys, which is tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So like 4 a.m. for us. So yeah. Anyway, well, thanks so much, and thank you, Patricia. That's very kind. So everybody, hope you all have a great week. Next weekend we'll have some updates, hopefully on the part for the bike, and maybe we can actually give you an update that the bike is actually operational. So, but until then, hopefully everybody in the U.S. is and the U.K. too, in case you're getting any storms coming through. Stay safe and warm, and we'll just catch y'all next Sunday. All right.
All right.
This right hand. Au revoir, y'all. Yeah. Which hand is it?
Good night, everyone.